A beautiful couple made a journey to a friend's home. On arrival, they seemed lost. A little confusion turned into a full-blown argument. But after arguing for a while, they agreed to knock on the door, hoping they hadn't come to the wrong place. It turns out, they had the right address all along. They were highly trained CIA operatives invading a Russian safe house on US soil. They were acting on actionable intelligence, looking for cesium-137, a deadly substance that could wipe out cities. This simple mission turned into a bloodbath. There was no cesium found at the safe house, and all the Russians were killed. An 18-year-old teen jumped the windows and met the leader of the CIA team, James Silva, who was giving direct orders to kill him. But before he did, he told him. And James liked making deadly mistakes. James was a volatile and highly intelligent individual who was recruited by the CIA when his family died. He had a short temper and was told at a very young age he was gifted. He hated false information and stupid people and only believed in actionable intelligence, which made him super furious that the operation failed. The movie shifts to a young man sitting in a lonely room, burning all his belongings. His name was Noor, who apparently was the informant for the CIA's operation. Noor turned himself in at the American embassy with a hard drive containing the locations of the cesium, requesting refuge in return for the classified information. They tried to threaten him with violence, but he didn't give up what he knew until his safe passage to the US. The best tech specialists in the world tried to break the encrypted code, but they were unsuccessful, making James more erratic than he already was. Noor was a double agent, trying to betray his country, and they wanted him dead. Officials from his country came looking for him, claiming he's a low-level cop, and they needed to take him off the CIA's hands. But James didn't believe a word they said. While this meeting was happening, Noor received unexpected guests, people sent to kill him. But somehow, even with his hands tied, he was able to bring them down by himself. Everyone walked in shocked by what had happened, and James wanted to activate Overwatch. Overwatch was a specialized team in the CIA division that were tasked to go on missions that could not be enforced through proper channels. Each team member signed their resignation papers. They were on a mission to take Noor 22 miles to an airstrip where they could receive the code to the encrypted disk, and he could hitch a plane ride to the US for a new life. But they could never imagine this was going to be the worst 22 miles of their lives. The journey was shortly interrupted as more agents were sent to eliminate Noor. They disrupted their cars and surrounded them. Somehow, they were able to find their way out, but James was fuming, asking Noor to just give up the codes so they could all live. But for Noor, it was either freedom or death. These agents were relentless. Nothing in this world was going to make them give up on this low-level cop. But James had to let them know he was as crazy as they were, and they weren't going to give up either. Out of all the operatives, James was closest to a woman named Alice. She was a mother who was taken away from a child to fight for her country, and they lost many operatives on this journey. As they got closer to the airstrip, Alice got lost, and James gave up the mission to find her. Noor held, fighting his own people to help find Alice, and after much bloodshed, they finally did. They found a pickup truck and drove to the airstrip, but this agent wanted Noor at all costs, and he paid dearly with his life. Their plane was about to leave, but they got there just in time. Noor finally released the code, and they finally opened the encrypted disk. But the disk did not have the location of the cesium. The disk opened a pixelated image of a young teen. Noor was never a double agent. He was a triple agent, working for a grieved mother. Overwatch did kill the wrong person at the safe house, a child of a very powerful woman, and she wanted to take down Overwatch from the inside. It was a perfect setup, said James. He made us believe he didn't trust us, and then made us trust him. And he finally had the last laugh when he called checkmate. They never saw it coming, and the most elite and covert organization ever created died in a day. The only man left standing was James to tell the story, and James kept the image of Noor because he knew this fight was far from over. Moral of the story?
I'll see you tomorrow.